What if you chose to be brave enough today to go after the thing you really want to create? Have you ever really sat down and felt into what would truly bring you alive? I am not just talking about work that pays the bills or keeps you busy. I'm talking about purpose work, the work you were destined to do. Work that comes from your heart and soul. The kind of work that lights you up so much that it doesn't feel like work at all. Maybe it's putting on an event, creating a product or program, writing a book, making art, designing a retreat, or starting a project that's been on your heart for years. Something that represents the essence of who you are. Something that feels natural, aligned, and uniquely yours. Have you ever felt into that? If that dream is bubbling just beneath the surface, then my question is, what are you waiting for? I'll tell you what's holding you back. The fear of what people will think. Doubt that it will succeed. Waiting for permission from your partner or someone else so that you could take the leap. Questioning whether it's really yours to do. Comparing yourself to someone else already doing something similar. When something is so near and dear to your heart, it can feel fragile. It's easier to keep pushing that dream down the road, waiting for the perfect timing. But let me tell you something, there is no perfect time. Something else will always try to get in the way. The fear will always find another reason to keep you stuck. So the question isn't whether the time is right. The question is whether you're ready to say yes. Let me tell you a story from my own life. For months, I've been dreaming about leading my first retreat at De La Diosa, the property that my husband and I are building in Costa Rica. It's the retreat center and goddess temple for the sacred feminine, a vision we've been working on for years now. Finally, my husband gave me the green light so that I could host my first retreat. Now, I should have been overjoyed. This was the moment I'd been waiting for. But instead of feeling ready, I felt resistance. The center isn't finished yet. What will people think of the rawness of the space? What if they're disappointed? What if I fail? And then my husband expressed his concerns. He worried that the construction team might rush and cut corners to have the dome ready in time for the retreat. So I told my co-leader we should cancel. And we felt instant relief. Pressure's off. My dream went back on the shelf, ready for another day. But that night, as I danced at an ecstatic dance, all I could think about was that retreat. I thought about why we're building De La Diosa in the first place. I want to lead retreats. I want to get back to in-person trainings. I want to create spaces for women to experience healing and transformation in the same room as me, not virtually. So when I got home, I told my husband, the retreat is back on. Doesn't have to be perfect. The center doesn't have to be done. The land itself holds so much energy and power that it will give the women exactly what they need. And you know what happened? As soon as I made that declaration, the floodgates opened. Women started registering the next day because it was meant to be. Why? Because I said so. This is my dream. This is what I've been building towards. And the only thing holding me back was me. So here's what I learned in that moment. When you trust and surrender, the universe responds. When your soul is calling you towards something, it's not just a personal desire. It's part of a universal consciousness, a signal that taps into the energetic network. When you align 100% with that calling and back it with your intention, voice, and action, the universe moves to meet you. As William Hutchinson Murray wrote, "Until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back. But the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would never have otherwise occurred. It's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, the path begins to unfold, support shows up, and momentum builds. But none of that happens until you make the decision, until you say yes, until you take inspired, imperfect action. If you're waiting for the perfect time, let me remind you, the perfect time is now. Divine timing isn't about waiting for some magical future moment. Divine timing is your timing. It's the present moment. It's the universal consciousness of now. So what if you took one step today? What if you stopped waiting and started creating? You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to trust the calling and take the first step. The rest will unfold. The support will come. The path will become clear, but only if you begin. So, brave woman, what if you choose to be brave enough today to go after the thing you truly want to create? What if you stopped waiting for permission and gave yourself the green light? What if you trusted that the timing is always perfect when you're aligned with your soul's calling? The choice is yours. Be brave. Take the leap.